What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. We're celebrating a big milestone today. It's our 31st episode because the last one was the 30th and none of us noticed. We nailed it on that one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here for 30 episodes so far, and now 31.
Can't believe anyone would stay this long. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's more people are coming too. That means people are listening to this and then telling other people that they should listen to it. That's crazy,
man.
Who
absolutely crazy? Yeah, not
They're
me.
All here
that's
for
Matt,
sure. Incidentally, and once
there's waiting for him to make an appearance. You know, if Matt were
is...
here every week, then we wouldn't appreciate him as much.
That's I like true. that sentiment. Well, speaking of things that are not with us and we want with us, God, that was a good transition. This is why I should be a professional radio DJ.
It's why you're a writer. You can revise your words.
Yeah, it's great too. Like with live video is a hard pass for me for most times, except for like when we do a live stream. But like when I hosted John Preto's live level 3 thing, I was like, you guys, if you saw what was on the cutting room floor after my video edits, you probably wouldn't have asked me to do this. But at any rate, today we are talking about out of production rocket kits and motors. Specifically, we're each bringing a kit and a motor to the table. Apparently, it was imperative information for me to note that they were supposed to go together, which I thought seemed pretty intuitive, but apparently it wasn't for my my co-hosts here. So, although Postart did ask me earlier today, Taylor has just informed us that he had no preparation for this episode whatsoever. So it's a good thing he's an encyclopedia of just old rocket nonsense and can just bang it out with ease. And I think that's why it's best for us to start with you, Taylor.
Wait, did we skip over the intro entirely?
Yeah, this is for first time we haven't done it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm Braden Carlson.
I'm Taylor.
And my name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
I got way too excited about the milestone. It's the 31st episode.
Yep.
Sorry, for some reason Nigel has decided that he wants to try to open the closet door, which has never happened in the almost 4 years I've lived here.
Well, he knows you're about to move. He's like, you know what? I've always been curious about what's going on in here.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Oh, he's getting in trouble.
Goes to the vet and then thinks he can just do whatever he wants.
He's like, got the clean bill of health. I'm going to rip it up out here. You know what? What's inside this? Sounds like a clever way to buy yourself some more time. But what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone else is going to have to go first because I'm straight up just not prepared. We don't...
So amateur. Anyway, us professional podcasters.
I think maybe you guys aren't prepared, you know?
Oh, yeah?
I'm starting to
you
think.
know what mine is? An Era X BlackRock kit. And for those unfamiliar...
We weren't even into rockets when those were available.
I mean, I was into rockets. I wasn't really into high-power rockets.
You didn't know it existed.
I did know it existed. The weird phenomenon... that people are like, well, this was not from my time, so I can't really speak to out of production stuff. We had a couple Patreon comments like that and stuff. I'm like, no, that makes it even better because like you never had the opportunity to own it. So if there was a chance, it would be now. So I don't know how that got stuck in people's head that that's some sort of qualifier that you had to have missed the chance in the first place. But that's not the case at all. And that's why mine is still an AirX BlackRock kit. So for those who aren't familiar, AirX was a company run by Eric Haberman, who was also the owner of Dynacom, if you're familiar with old rocket stuff. I've had a Dynacom kit. It was built. I want an unbuilt one. And I also want an unbuilt BlackRock. It's an all fiberglass 5-inch diameter rocket with a 98 millimeter mount, and it's pretty dang close to the optimum length for its diameter. This rocket actually is the reason I wanted a 5-inch Punisher so bad. At the time, Tim didn't make a 5-inch Punisher kit, so Taylor and I asked nicely for a couple of them. So all I'm saying is you're welcome if you have a 5-inch Punisher. No way Tim would have thought of that, right? Anyway, you realistically can thank the AirX BlackRock kit, and I'll give you a little more information as to why. Okay, the first ever like big high power rocket I ever saw fly was an AirX BlackRock. Sort of. It was Vern Knowles' rocket Angel Fire. I think it was in 2007 or 2008 was the first time I went to a high power rocket launch at Tripoli, Idaho, and he flew an Animal Motorworks M2500 Mojave Green.
Is it not Green Gorilla?
Did I say Mojave Green?
Yeah.
You did.
Sheesh, that is illegal. I'll see myself out. What were you going to say, Taylor?
Was that rocket extended?
No, I think the only thing he did was add a coupler and cut the airframe so he could do it zipperless and then put cameras in it. But yeah, it's a really cool rocket, and it has a fin shape that is fairly similar to a Punisher if you just kind of glance at it. So it makes a lot of sense that I like the Punisher so much. But yeah, I think they were only available until what, like 2006, 2007, somewhere in there.
I didn't know you could get them that long.
I'm actually looking at the Wayback Machine, but yeah, it was after Dynacom.
Well, yeah, but wasn't Dynacom like only to 2001 or something?
Yeah, which was before this.
I know. I thought AirX was only available to like produced until like 04.
I'm looking at the website right now. I just found the last archived page was August 27th, 2008. So guess what? I was there. You little punk. So I need you to quit your ass right now. All right?
Well, maybe the website was up, but they weren't available.
They changed it. Our filament wound airframes, couplers, nose cones, and tail cones are the best available anywhere. Our quality has been the benchmark for the last 20 years. I'm assuming that includes Dynacom. Also, a fun fact about Eric Haberman. I think he invented the slimline retainer that Giant Leap sells. I can't remember if that's correct, but I think that is. But yeah, so that's my rocket choice. Okay. It's basically a 5-inch Punisher at this point.
Wrong.
But yeah, you were, Taylor. All right, so stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Are we gonna get a rant today?
You're asking for it. That's for sure.
Fingers crossed.
All right, so I think maybe we should throw out our kits and then we'll circle back around and go to the motors. Mine's pretty obvious, I think, but we'll let Paws Tart go.
Am I going or is Taylor? You get his figured out?
Can go. I'm so
okay.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have his ass figured out yet.
Yeah, there's so many cool rockets you could pick from. A DGNA Armageddon, a 5.5-inch BSD Horizon.
Well, the problem I'm having is if I had to pick today, because I grew up with a lot of kits that weren't available that I wanted.
Well, yeah, you could even pick one that I don't own, which is what I was doing there because I thought it was.
Yeah,
funny,
I know. Now I don't want to say stuff that you own because then you're gonna be like, oh, I own it.
Oh yeah, it is really cool to have one of those actually. All right, Paws Tart, just go. This is the dead air is crazy. You are off your game, Taylor.
Yeah, I went all the way off. The tornadoes had me messed up today.
I'll always blame it on the weather. What little spinning air is going to stop you from living your life?
I went with a 10-inch Polecat Fat Man.
I knew that's what you were going to do.
Yeah. They're so cool. They're stubby and big and perfect.
But you weren't even into rockets when they were around.
Yeah, I wasn't into rockets when a lot of things were around. If
You
I
actually
were
kind of
only,
were though. You were sort of
yeah,
around for
I
Polecat.
yeah, I just wasn't in. I didn't know about high power really because I was like 7 doing Estes stuff.
All right, any explanation as to why further than that, or
I mean,
just
I don't know. I've really been about the stubby rockets lately. They're cool and funky.
they are cool? I want
Ever
to
since you
build.
saw the Sumi,
Yeah,
Dude, I love the Sumi.
I
it's
want to
so
build
good.
a dumb, like super short rocket. Like there was these guys from Oregon that used to fly like a standard length 5-inch gizmo on 98 millimeter research motors. That's my jam right there.
That's
See,
pretty
that's
sick.
too much for me. It's just kind of like a
Yeah.
little. Can I? I probably can't say that word.
What I don't know.
Ch.
What?
Can I say chode?
uh,
It's kind of a chode rocket. Not my thing.
the gizmo?
What I thought you were saying shorter than a regular gizmo.
No, a standard length 5-inch
Oh,
gizmo
okay.
that
I
they
guess
put a
that'd be
98
fine.
millimeter mount in.
For some reason, I was thinking you were talking about a shortened gizmo.
Do you remember the picture I took of my V2 before I glued the airframe on where I just put the nose cone on the coupler?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's kind of more what I thought you were talking about.
Dude, that's such a good picture.
I kind of want to build one like that now.
Didn't you like kneeled on your shoes next to it, right?
Yeah, there's an Instagram post. It just says "Choose your fighter," and it was a picture of me standing next to it at regular length, and then in short mode. So yeah, follow me on Instagram at BigB1011. That you can find that picture. For the video people, I'll put it in. Yeah, this is awesome. That's sick though. I don't know why you're so upset about it. I want to build a rocket like that. All right, your
um,
time's up, pinhead.
um, I mean, there was a time where I would have said a DG&A Armageddon, but to be honest, I'm not really that into it now. One, because I'm just not, and two, because Braden has one. Um,
Yeah, a friend of mine gave it to me who's out of the hobby, but I don't know how much he wants me to say. I don't think he'd be thrilled
Yeah.
if I told people he was the one that gave it to me. But somebody did recently give me a DGA or DGNA. What are these things called? I just don't even know, Taylor. It's some rocket. That's a DGNA level 3 Armageddon with all the fixins. It has a 4-foot phenolic motor mount tube. Gotta use
um,
every inch of it.
yeah. So, I mean, if I had to choose, if that, I mean, it kind of was available. Didn't DG&A come back like for a couple of years?
Yeah, I think he's still around. He's still like
The
in our
website's
comments every
gone.
once in a while. Oh, really?
Yeah, I looked.
Dang.
After when you told me you got one, I was going to be like, well, I could still get one. And I'm like, I can't.
Ah, interesting.
um, which that kit looks not fun to produce. So it's not really,
Yeah, it's understandable. There's a
yeah.
lot of nonsense involved. Just come to my house. I'll fiberglass the tubes and then we'll build it together over the course of a week.
No, I'm okay. I'm going to be fine.
Wow.
So yeah, that is a possibly could have been my choice, but it's not. And then there would have been a time where I probably would have said the Thor, but I'm over it.
I'm over it too.
I have a tiny Thor, and I'm pissed about it, and not happy with Scott Binder's kits, to be honest.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, they're
We're
not
gonna
really
get
a
a
thing
Taylor
anymore.
rant today.
So
And the original BSD Thor had, or really all the BSD dual deploy rockets had a dumb zipperless three tube dual deployment, which like we don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's like I've thought about making a fiberglass Thor before, and then I was like, I should just buy a Dark Star if I want that, or buy this or that. Oh, speaking of which, this is this coming out in May? Yes, actually, it is coming out May 27th. You have 4 more days, including today. Oh, 5 more days, including today, to enter to win the 4-inch Dark Star, the Patreon caption contest. By the way, since I brought up the Dark Star, always be plugging patreon.com/rocketvlogs. But anyway, or you can get like a PML Endeavor, which is pretty close. It was really
To
the
what?
paint job that made the Thor.
Thor?
You know? Yeah.
Well, and the whistle fins.
Yeah, but I mean, Dark Stars do that.
Not really.
Endeavors do that.
No, you need the straight edge on like on the where they meet. So like a Mystic Buzz will do that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking of, not an Endeavor. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. Or,
And the Mystic Buzz is sick. And
well, AMW White
available.
Wolf, you can't get
Yeah.
either, but those whistle really good.
I almost bought one of those.
You should have. Do you want to pick one? I know where there's one probably for sale if you ask nicely.
I wanted the 5.5 inch.
I know where one is.
Okay, well, I only want it because it's 5.5 inch. But like,
And it's
do I
just
really
cool.
like
It's
it,
a cool
or
design.
do I just like it because it's 5.5 inch?
A shout out to
That's
Don
always the
Ball,
question.
honestly, for just like
Yeah.
designing sick rockets all the time. The man's a split fin wizard.
Yeah, I would just if I were you told me to design a split fin rocket, they would all end up looking exactly the same. Some variation of a PML Endeavor,
Yeah.
which I guess if you look at everyone else's split fin rockets, there is a lot of that going on. But Don Ball figured out a way to make some that look different. So shout out.
Yep. Well, the first one was the Thor X, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Then we got the Dark Star and then the White Wolf. I should just ask him.
But yeah, so for my rocket choice, I think probably 5.5 inch polecat Skeeter. 5.5 inch polecat Skeeter.
I really thought about going with that.
Yeah, it's so
if,
good.
If I think about the one rocket that I really want right now, that is it. And it's been that for a while.
I'm with you, and I almost picked that as well, but I figured one of you two would throw it out for one, and two, it's just like hilariously easy to make. Like, yeah, the kit's not available, but like you could just make one. I can't really just like whip up.
Well,
a
I mean, but it's
Filament
not
Wound
like
Eric's kit.
zero effort to. Well, you could make one though. Like it's not that special.
I don't like the way you're talking right now.
You're acting like it's made out of some unobtainium. Like
I want the coupler that looks like a can of beans. Do you know what I'm talking about? They were like
you mean it's
ribbed.
brown.
No,
Oh.
they were like ribs, I assume, for gluing. For a long time, I thought they were threaded.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Yeah, for adhesion pleasure. Yeah, I mean, yes, I could just make a clone of one and get some 5-inch stuff from Tim, but I guess it's the same with the Skeeter. Having the actual kit is kind of the difference.
And like, you still have to make the nose cone. I mean,
Yeah, which isn't hard if you have a 3D printer. Do you have one, Taylor? I can't remember. Oh,
No,
I
don't
remember
have one.
now. It's just been in a box since what, Black Friday?
no, since New Year's.
I'm gonna just print a whole bunch of 5.5-inch mosquito nose cones and be like, you're not allowed to have one. You don't even have to print on your printer. You do, you have to print something. I'll give you one once you assemble your printer and print anything.
A benchy.
Yeah. And then Shane and I are just going to be in here literally rolling in piles of 5.5-inch mosquito nose cones. Because we could make like 15 of them for a single $25 roll of filament. All right, so let's move on to motors, shall we?
Nose cones won't be as good.
Okay, well, if only somebody made a mold for one. Do you know anybody that may have done that?
Dude,
perhaps
I finally went down that path, and I realized it was warped. So I just threw the thing away.
Oh my god! Wait, how was it warped?
I don't know. I don't know if it was because it had been sitting bolted together, but it didn't line up right.
Is your fault for being lazy in the first place? Oh my god! I can honestly,
probably.
Of all the things that you're like gung ho about with rocket stuff, I couldn't believe you didn't just like go all in on that immediately.
What?
Molding the nose cone.
I know. It's.
I was like, he's gonna have like 30 of them next week.
I know. I don't know why. I think because I had. I know why. Because I decided to build the sumo.
Oh, I want to make them Scott Glass style.
Yeah, I know. I do too.
No gel coat with dead flies in there and stuff.
Dude, I always wanted it. If I could choose out of production parts, I would choose Scott Glass nose cones.
I mean, we can talk about that in a little bit because on Patreon, I just kind of threw out like stuff that's out of production that you want to see come back. So let's definitely be thinking of just like general rocket things that are out of production we want back.
I mean, I don't know about come back, but if we found a god tier container full of old rocket stuff, which is probably just Ken Allen's container, to be honest, if we could find everything.
I'm going to see so much cool stuff at LDRS, and there will be no need for me to take pictures and send it to you guys since you will be there.
Oh my gosh.
People are actually going to think you guys are coming at this point. But nah, they're a bunch of sissy lalas, so I'm going to LDRS by myself. Spending like $1,500 to go by myself.
No one's making you go.
You know what? Nobody is making me go, but I want to be there to provide beautiful video content for the people of the rocketry community.
If I had more time off work, I would be there.
Sounds like a load of barnacles. All right, let's talk about motors. Should I go first since we'll circle back around?
We probably have the same motor.
Yeah.
There's not a chance that you have the same motor if you're putting it in a Skeeter.
Oh, that's a dumb rule.
Okay, well, just pick one and then tell me what motor you're thinking of otherwise, okay?
I mean, I don't even know what... Does it have to be able to not shred?
I guess so. I mean, fiberglass isn't out of production, so you could just fiberglass the fins. Just say an LS
I don't think there's enough
motor.
fiberglass to make this motor work.
What is it? No, wait. Pick a motor for the rocket first. Because I want to say the N4800 first.
Oh, that actually wasn't what I was going to say.
Oh, interesting. Well,
But
mine's the N4800 Blue Thunder.
That
the
would have been,
elusive,
though.
the monolithic single grain Blue Thunder full N that I don't know if anybody other than the Gates brothers actually flew one.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've heard mixed reports from people who deal with Aerotech directly, where on one hand, they're like, Gary said he would make them if we ordered them. And on the other hand, somebody said, Gary said they will definitely never, ever make that motor again. So I don't know what to take on face value there. But yeah, that's the Arex, the 5-inch Arex kit on the N4800. My God.
It would be so good.
It would be
I have a
intense.
feeling that motor was not ever intended to be actually available to the consumers. And there
And
was
Dirk
just
Gates
some.
was kind of like, yeah,
He's like, well, if you paid to have it like certified,
kind of
I'll
like
make you a badge of them.
the CTIP motor.
Oh yeah,
That was a whole thing though, because it wasn't certified, because you can't certify
Yeah.
a P motor. But the 25,000 was certified, which is crazy because that's also just a military motor,
yeah.
which we can talk about here in a little bit. But Postart, what's your motor for your fat man?
AMW K1000. The skid
Oh,
mark.
In a
interesting.
10-inch?
They're light.
Those things didn't weigh anything.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but I mean, that'd be kind of sick.
It would be sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because people flew them on like I-600s.
Well, the website said you could put i600 in. I don't know if anyone ever did.
Well, that's what I wanted to. For a long time, I
It
was like
said like
15.
fly from an i600 to a M
It says-
whatever.
It says motors I through M impulse.
You know,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of that, when I was like 15, I wanted to buy one and use that for all 3 of my certifications. By the way, Chuck Haslip, if you happen to be listening to this podcast by chance, send me an email if you're interested in selling that 10-inch Fat Man kit you just found sitting around. He posted about it on the Rocktree forum, and somebody tagged me and was like, I think Braden would like that. And I was like, I think Braden would too. And I commented on it. I was like, if you decide to let that thing go, give me a ring.
What, he has found an unbuilt 10-inch Fat Man?
Yeah, he found a bunch of stuff that he just had sitting.
Any more polecat?
Maybe. I know where there's some Polecat stuff. We could do the 10-inch Saturn V.
I told you I don't want to be part of the 10-inch Saturn V.
It's because you're scared.
No, because I don't like Saturn V's.
Yeah, Taylor's the only rocket person that couldn't care less about space exploration.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, I guess that one took people to the moon, but the Black Brant goes really
Allegedly.
fast. Oh, no.
Oh.
You can't be doing that. Our listeners were growing. They're going to all go away
sorry.
now.
Oh, I want to build all the Saturn V's.
I'm
love
going to
space.
build 9 Saturn Vs.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Build
to
a
the
Saturn
moon myself.
6.
Oh, whoa.
No way. Saturn 6 before GTA 6? That's crazy.
And shout out to the 3 people that are young enough listening to this podcast to understand that joke.
Yup.
Honestly, I don't know, though. GTA 5 came out, 11 years ago now? So
It's been a while.
I guess pretty much anybody's old enough now to understand that joke. All right, Taylor,
so
what do you got?
I would have said AMW M2200, but I truly believe it. If they were still being produced today, they wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I didn't spring for that. I would have said that or an N2801, but just since I have them, it's not like I don't have to dream about it, right? Because I'll just get to fly them.
We.
Not unless I see some cash on the table. We won't be flying X.
Fair enough.
Well, it'd be a shame if the Rocket didn't show up.
Because you're holding the rocket hostage for your portion of the end motor. The stakes are so low. I don't care if we don't fly it. We're still going to fly the Punisher. The better
the
one.
rocket that really matters.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I were to choose a motor for the Skeeter. I don't even know. There's nothing I really care about that's no longer available that would fit that.
What a great way to word it. Honestly, I just couldn't give less of an ass about any of that.
I mean, I'd say I-65, but they're available again.
What about the LSJ200?
I don't care. It wasn't that cool.
Wow, dude.
Uh,
What about a hybrid?
definitely no.
An OG motor deploy
Although it would be kind of
I-65.
cool if the Aerotech hybrids were still available. That would be kind of cool, just because they were, you don't have to have a bunch of dumb stuff to fly it.
Ground support, they call it, I believe.
Bunch of dumb S ground support. Ground
Dude,
support S to fly it.
We need to come up with some merge to implement the single letter swearing. This thing's gonna haul A, bro.
Yeah, well, so earlier I was thinking the OG single use K1050.
Oh yeah.
But you could say the L1000 sort of the modern equivalent, because it basically is. But I still feel like the OG K1050 is a different motor because it's a full K.
Yeah. I also have an announcement to make. I've once again
You have one?
decided. No.
Oh, okay. Not this time.
The L1000 is once again better than the L1090. I've decided.
Why? Because it's super expensive?
No, because it's not that much more expensive now. I looked at Tim's website earlier, and it's like $242 for the 1090, $277 for an L1000. The L1000 has more impulse and a longer burn. And you can lose it, and it doesn't matter. That's the real selling point.
This sounds like someone that doesn't already have the case.
Yeah, it sounds like someone who doesn't have a 2800.
All right, listen.
I think he would be making an argument for the L1090 over the L1000 if he had the case, but that's just me.
Yeah.
It's only $30. Will $30 replace your 2800 case if you come in ballistic?
He'll replace $30 of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm tired of your S. Dude, what about shirts that just say, "Let's do this S" on the back and then the anti-gravity group logo in the corner?
Oh, that's good.
That's going to be like a podcast
Dude,
listener-only thing.
Did you see the Airfest shirts?
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Corey, so I don't know if that's his doing or not. But it's purple. It has small logo in the front, big logo in the back.
Yeah,
I gotta get one this year.
Yeah, I'm stoked on that. Okay, well, I don't know. Unless you come up with a motor that you've decided you would fly on the Skeeter. I will make an honorable mention because the N4800 was so enticing, but my honorable mentions are the N4000 Blue Baboon, which I didn't put because I believe for some reason I'll be able to find one if I really wanted to. Now watch, somebody's going to email and be like, I got one I'll sell. I'm like, cool, I just paid off my credit cards again, so what's another $1,000? Let's go.
Oh, you think they'd give it to you for $1,000?
That's probably more than I would want to pay for it in the first place, honestly. They were like $850 new, right? I sold so many AMW motors
Honestly,
for
I
the
don't
last
know.
retail price that I'm like, I'm stuck now. I was like, I did this, so like everybody should. And they'd just be like, no, you're just dumb. You could have gotten a lot more money for those. But whatever. And then the N10,000. I'm still just fascinated with that motor. It's a lot of money for not a lot of impulse, but like I still just want it anyway.
The M2250 I'm still hurt by.
I still can't believe somebody had one for sale on the Rocketry Forum right after I finished the Nike Smoke, because that is the motor I wanted to fly my Nike Smoke on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For those unfamiliar, that was the C-Star 4-grain 75 that's now the M1830.
Yeah, it was the full strength one.
I could fly an M1830 and it would be fine, but like it wouldn't be an M2250.
Yeah, the closest you can get is the M2050 from Propellant X, but it's not
which
the
is
same.
rad. It is a great motor.
The sound the M2250 made, though, was so wild. Although sometimes they did blow up. But
yeah. Hey, Postart, can you focus?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, focus.
People they're not going to appreciate that unless they were watching it on video. But
I was not
went out of focus. Thank you.
I had no idea what was happening. It was horrible.
Appreciate you guys for the appreciating my comedy. Okay, well, in that case, should we move on to the mailbag? Let's see what people are missing. I titled it Out of Production Legends. And just a reminder here to everybody, if you're interested in answering the prompts for these discussions for the podcast, just join patreon.com/rocketvlogs. It is free. There is a free membership, and the podcast stuff is on the free side. So you don't have to pay. Just join and come chat.
I know what motor I want. I don't know if it would be good in a Skeeter, though.
It's too late.
But
We've already moved on.
An Aerotech I-132 full I C slot. Single use.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was gone. You know, it was never made post fire. It was available before that, and so I
Yeah.
never got to get my hands on any. But that motor, I'm like, can we have those again? We need a long burn eye.
Yeah. That was so sick. Chase has a couple of the Cosden basically equivalent C slot 38s.
And then, well, CTI came out with one, but those will never be made again.
Yeah.
The I-125, I flew one of those in my Dark Star years ago, probably 10 years ago.
So I put, hey everyone, this week we're talking about out of production legendary products throughout rocket history. Dig deep. We're talking kits, motors, electronics, parachutes, little knickknacks, etc. Tell us about your favorite discontinued rocketry items and drop them in the comments below. So I'm going to read through this, and I know Taylor has a plethora of small knickknacks and parachutes and stuff that we can dive into here in a little bit. Bryce and Nicole comment, AMW skid mark, man, I miss seeing those motors. Come to Airfest. We can all enjoy the N2800 together. If everybody from the anti-gravity group pays up.
oh my God.
Gotta sell my house, bro. Everyone gets paid.
That's such a funny statement. You're like, yeah, I'm going to pay. I just have to sell my house first. I just have to sell my
As if
house
I'm
and then I
selling
can
my
buy
house
these
to
rocket
fly the
motors.
rocket.
Yeah. It's good.
To
I
be
swear,
clear,
man.
I'm selling my house not because I need money for more rockets.
It's for
That's
to make
what
up for
they
money
all
you've
say.
already spent on rockets.
No, on rally car.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, it depends how you want to look at it, but no, honestly, we don't need that discussion right now. But I didn't plan on staying in this house for more than 5 years.
He's
So it's
making
been almost
moves,
4.
folks. Yeah. You had a 5-year plan. Man, this guy's a grown up.
Yeah, he is.
My
Oh
5-year
God.
plan is the same one as Adam Sandler's suggestion for the old dude in Big Daddy, where he just said, "Don't die."
I forgot about that.
Bingus Bobby says, I really wish Polecat would come back or someone would start making Nike smoke nose cones again. Someone needs to find the molds for the 4-inch and bigger. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but there's good news on the horizon for you, Bingus Bobby. Neutronium says, all second Polecat. Andy Werner was my local vendor as a kid, and people flew a ton of his kits. They hit an awesome sweet spot between cardboard lock kits and filament wound fiberglass kits. The 10-inch Saturn V will probably be my rocketry white whale. And yes, I did inform him about the one that's available. He already knew about it. It is just a lot of money for a rocket kit. Rocket Profit says, I have one for the more budget conscious builders. So out of production is the Estes Leviathan. However, fear not. LaunchLabRocketry.com has a retrofit kit that requires the purchase of an Estes Big Daddy, and when combined with that retrofit kit, produces a fantastic Estes Leviathan reproduction. Yeah, Steve Navard is his name, right? The Launch Lab guy.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a lot of cool stuff on there. A lot of out of production stuff, actually. It's appropriate for the topic here. But yeah, so we got that going for us. And he owns Vanderburn now. If you're not familiar, Vanderburn was producing like clones of out of production Estes stuff, as well as like plywood upgrade kits for Estes kits. I have a Vanderburn plywood upgrade for the 3-inch Estes de Red Max, and I asked Steve to make me one, I'm pretty sure with a 38. So I've got that kicking around somewhere. It's like 1/8-inch fins, but I was going to glass them anyway and glass all that. And shocking to nobody.
Glass that ass.
Yeah, we're going to do this. Let's do this, ass. Yeah, brother.
Oh.
Lanza Kalina says Dr. Rocket motor cases and closures, including the 38 to 54 millimeter conversion closures. I mean, we all want Dr. Rocket back, mostly just for the fun colors. But if Aerotech would start producing more fun colors, I think we're being held over pretty well after LDRS 41. If Gary and Carl and maybe Joe Hill is listening. If anybody at Aerotech with any influence is listening, we want more fun colored cases at LDRS. It doesn't matter if it's a case I already have. I will buy it anyway because that's just how I am. And Taylor, too. He's going to have to find somebody to bring him one since he's not going to be there.
No. Dude, I could probably get Alex to get me one.
Oh, my God. I'll get you one. You're such a crybaby about it.
It's going to be a size I really don't want, though. Like a 1280 case.
He just does 98 10-240s. Good news, everybody. The limited cases are only $600. $800. I don't know what they cost anymore. But yeah, Dr. Rocket was cool. Also, the 38 to 54, was that Dr. Rocket or was that Rocket Man?
It was Dr. Rocket.
It was, yeah.
Oh, Rocket Man made the weird flanged ones.
Yeah.
Like bolted to the
that
rear.
were never official.
Yeah, or certified. I think there was some on eBay recently.
They're still on eBay. No one's bought them.
Yeah, the Rocket Woman.
Jonathan Gabery says, I'm 14, so I missed out on most of the out-of-production products, but I have all of the SS Pro Series 2 rockets and an SS Big Brute.
Oh, a Big Brute. That's sick.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I always wanted one of those.
I understand that he probably just isn't that familiar with the out-of-production stuff because not everybody became obsessed with it like you and I did, Taylor.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And we got really obsessed with rockets in an era when forums were king.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was so sick. You remember the Rocketry Forum archive? It went all the way back to like 2002 or something like that. There was so many crazy things on that website.
I wish you could still access the Rocketry Planet forums.
Yeah, I know. I wonder, after Daryl Mobley died, I don't know. I mean, he was clearly a one-man operation, I guess, huh? Because nobody was keeping that up. There were some cool articles and stuff on there. He did an article about like molding the blow molded fins from an Estes Honest John, and then he made new ones out of fiberglass, and then he built one with a 54 millimeter mount and fiberglass fins. Pretty sick. There was a lot of cool stuff on there. And the Rocketry online auctions and stuff like that. We're just talking about out of production websites now. If there was one brand you could bring back, Taylor, what would it be?
Of anything?
Yeah, anything in the Rocketry world.
Man, it's hard to put your finger on one. I mean, Rocket Rage parachutes. It's got to be pretty high up there.
Yeah, there's an interesting backstory with that one, though, as to why that company's gone. So, you know.
What do you mean?
Allegedly. Oh, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh, you told me.
Yeah. I don't think Postart knows. But, yeah, the parachutes were super, super cool. I'm just trying to think.
And relatively affordable for a toroidal parachute made out of really high quality materials, which is maybe why they didn't last that long. I don't know.
Mine's pretty directly related to the rocket of choice. I want Dynacom back. It's just so cool. I want an Anaconda with a 98 millimeter mount, and I want to build it. But mostly I want an AirX kit.
You could build one.
That's true. I could just whip that up. I don't have enough projects or things just kind of sitting around. So I think maybe that's a good plan. I'll order some pieces.
I think so.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do. But speaking of which, Oh, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Polecat
Yeah.
was which most of those could be made, but it's just it's the essence of Polecat.
Yeah. Well, there might be good news for you and Bingus Bobby. Tell us about NSL. We got a little bit of time to burn here, and how's your rocket?
Nearly complete actually. I had a really productive weekend. Um, I got my all the electronics figured out. It's ground tested. I don't know if how far should I go. Haven't added anything to the fillets, and there's a little you could see where the tape was where I masked off the fillet. Should I
Unacceptable.
go through the trouble of smoothing it out?
Yes, obviously. Obviously. You've got so much
Yeah.
time. Literal days.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's literally going to like not make a difference except for me looking at it.
I say fly it actually, and then if and when you get it back, then fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tower's ready, so that's good news. My rocket that's also supposed to be flying out of the tower is not ready, and that's actually why we're probably going to cut this podcast a little short, because I need to go figure out if my new sled print is working properly and try and get this thing ready to go. It's a good thing the rocket is already 90% built. I just have to do the electronics.
I think I saw on a post or the website or something that they have a launch pad with a 20-foot 1010 rail.
Holy crap. Yeah, I think actually they emailed me about that with the N1000 since my rocket was not going to be safe to lift off.
So there's part of me that's like, if it's too windy, maybe I'll just run flyaways and run the 20-foot rail.
That's chaos.
My God.
I get a real running start. I'm gonna be
Maybe you would
super,
make it fly real straight.
I'm gonna be mad if you don't use my tower, dude. It's gonna be the end. Yeah. So
I just wish we could set it up early. I don't know. Maybe we can, but
we probably can if we ask.
I'm like, we would have to. The Flyers meeting's at like 7:30, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, Taylor's flying a minimum diameter M685. For those who don't remember, I'm flying minimum diameter CTI K300. We're going for some serious altitude. So Patreon people and channel members who are listening to this podcast early, if you're going to be at NSL, come say hi. People that are listening to it on the normal release date, hi. We're on our way back from NSL probably. But I think that's about it. That's all we got for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop in the comments your favorite out of production rocket kit and what out of production motor you would fly it on, or just an out of production motor that you like, because apparently I made it too difficult with that one. Anything else from you, gentlemen?
No.
Oh, for some reason, a Three Dogs Rocketry Kestrel.
Oh, yeah. It is just pronounced Kestrel, I believe. But yeah, they capitalized
Okay.
the L because it could fly on K and L motors. Yeah, those things were cool. Those were just made from
there's
Curtis
nothing
Parsec.
super special about it, really, but
Right.
I wanted one really bad, and so I still kind of do.
That's fair. Did they make the blast cap, or was that just Gary Tortora?
I think that was Gary.
Oh,
But they had their own charge wells, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have some blast caps that came on some electronic stuff that Shane and I bought in a bundle deal. I might actually use them. They're pretty nice. Anyway, my name is Braden Carlson. You can find me right here on YouTube at Rocket Vlogs. You can find me on Instagram at BigB1011. And yeah, that's all I got for you, I guess.
My name is Taylor, and you can find me on YouTube at the Rocket Channel.
Oh, yeah. Did you make a video of you building your 3-inch rocket?
I have footage, but I won't edit it till I get back from NSL.
Yeah, voiceover mode. Sorry, Shane, go
Yep.
ahead.
My name is Shane or Postart. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions. Also, are we gonna have the stickers with us at NSL? We
The
bringing those?
Nigel ones?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet, so we'll leave that out.
All right.
But people should also visit you at rocketrypics.com.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Always be plugging. Go buy pictures from Shane so he can go to launches and take more pictures of rockets. We're talking about doing like a photo book recap of big launches that we go to. Just like glossy pages like a magazine, but no words, just pictures of cool rockets and like maybe what the rocket is and what motor it flew on. So if anybody's interested in that concept, let me know and maybe we'll look into it a little bit more. But yeah, we are the Anti-Gravity Group. This is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. Thank you guys for watching.